Hey guys, this is the Affinity Photo tutorial for the undo brush. This is my favorite brush to use. It's super fun. So we're gonna go into a new document and you can pick any size. I'm just gonna go with A5 today. Make sure you don't need margins. We're gonna turn them off. And yeah, none of this really matters for what we're doing today. So you're gonna hit OK. And here we have a sheet. And so we're going to get a photo. So I'm going to go under stock and I'm going to say woman. And then I'm going to say staircase or stairs. Okay, and I'm going to hit enter and see what comes up. So we want somebody who's sitting. I think that would be good. A little bit farther away. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to use her. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my finger and drag her in. She's gonna be my document. I'm gonna hit on stock again to get it out of my screen. And I'm gonna use 2 fingers to pinch the screen. And I'm gonna hit on the arrow on the left-hand side, move tool, and put it into my paper. We're just gonna see what size it's going to be. That's great. And then I'm going to go on the left-hand side. I'm going to go to the crop tool. I'm going to crop the rest of it so we have a nice photo to use for this tutorial. Okay, and I'm going to hit check mark at the top, apply. Okay, so here's our photo. And the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to hold the screen and let go. Then the menu is going to come up. And on the top, it says... the second menu, it says group, invert pixel selection, and the last one says rasterize the image. We're gonna hit rasterize. Okay, so now you can see if we hit on our layers on the right hand side, it says pixel, and that's what we need. Whoops, I undid it. I undid it with my pencil. Guys, don't do that. Okay, so it says pixel. And yeah, so next, we're going to go to the bottom where it says history. It's a little clock. And this is just history of everything you've done. And at the bottom, it says snapshots. So hit snapshots. And currently, you should have none. You should hit, and we're going to hit the little plus sign. So when you hit the plus, you have the date, the time. And this is basically what you see on your screen is now a snapshot that's saved. Okay, so now we're going to apply different effects. So let's go and we're going to find halftone because that's something that's quite visible and we want something that stands out so you can see what we're doing. So halftone, let's see. Here it is. Okay, I'm going to hit on it. On the left-hand side top, you can resize it. And on the top, it says color. We can go to line. Line's pretty cool. Circular. I think I'm going to go with circular today. And the bottom one, contrast. You can play with that. And the angle, you can't really do much of an angle because it's round. And you can make it big or small, I think. Whatever size you like. Okay, so I think maybe a little smaller. And then at the top, it says there's a check mark. It says apply. So we're going to hit apply. Poof. And so now we're going to go back to the clock, the history. We're going to put a plus. So this is our second snapshot. So the first one is the color. The second one is this one. Now we're going to do one more effect, but I don't want to work with the one that I have on the screen. So let's see. If you look in layers, you can see you only have this one thing, this one layer. So we're going to go back to history, snapshots. I'm going to select the top. That's the first one. And then next to the plus and the minus on the right-hand side, there is a little circle with 2 arrows, like a little ball. And you just hit on that. Whoop, and it's going to go back to the first snapshot. And so now when you look in your layers, it looks a little different. It's like basically going back in time. It's like the other one didn't even exist. Okay, so we're here. I'm going to add one more effect. I think I'm going to go under adjustments. We don't need black and white. We already have black and white. So I think HSL is good. Let's see, I'm gonna like change some coloring. I'm just using the top one. Doesn't really matter what you do here. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. So I'm good with that. Okay, and I'm going to, well, this can be closed. You just double tap on it and let's go in history. And I'm going to add a snapshot. So now I have a snapshot of what I see on my screen right now, which is pretty cool. It's not bad. Okay, so now I'm just gonna show you in layers. So you have a pixel layer, it is selected, it's in blue. Sometimes it's not selected, so make sure for this next thing that it's selected, it's in blue. You wanna select the brush on the left-hand side, the undo brush tool. Okay, so the brush is selected, your layer is selected, it's in blue, and now you hit on the little clock, and we're gonna select maybe the second one. So this time, instead of hitting on this, that turns gray, you just want to hit on the little box. You see, so first box, second box, third box. Let's try the second one. That should be the circles that we did. And so with all of them selected, let's make sure, yeah, you can just draw. It's like you're drawing back in time. You're drawing to what you had before, kind of thing. So that's pretty neat. And let's see how far we're gonna draw. And you can also change how hard it is. So this is the flow, how easy it comes out on the left-hand side. Hardness, if you lower the hardness, it's a little softer. I didn't lower it so much. Okay. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. Now we're gonna go hit on the clock again, and let's see, we're gonna try the last one. So the bottom square, well, the bottom square is the one that we're on. Actually, this is where we're currently on. So let's try the top one. That one's not really fun, but let's try it. And you can see that the colors, I'm doing it at the bottom. Let's try her pants are coming out from the initial photo. Should we try her face? I think her face is fine, this color. Yeah, so you can draw with this, you can just like do graffiti style with this, and that's what it looks like. Okay, so speaking of graffiti, I think we're gonna find another picture now. So what we wanna do is we wanna go into photos, stock, and let's see, we're gonna type in graffiti. And let's see what comes up. Okay, so all of these are pretty cool. I like this wall on this one, so I'm gonna pick this one. I'm just gonna drag it into my document. And I'm gonna pinch the screen, hit the move tool, and I'm gonna size it to the page. You can size this any way you want to. So let's see what this looks like. Where do I wanna place it? Maybe here? That window's pretty cool in there too. Maybe I'm gonna do this at the bottom. So I'm gonna place it here at the bottom. You don't even need to stretch to the whole thing. And I'm gonna hit on stock again. And let's look at our layers just for fun. So we have 2 layers right now. And I'm going to go in history and add a snapshot. Okay, so now it's saved over here. I can go back to my layers. I'm just going to delete the picture I just added because I don't need it. And I want you guys just to see it clearly. So I'm gonna just delete it. And now I know exactly where it is. I'm going to hit the undo brush and make sure my layer is selected. And I'm gonna go back and select the last snapshot, the one that we just took. And the graffiti is gonna just drawing with my pencil. Maybe lower it down a little bit. Maybe accumulation, that makes it really strong. You don't want it to be too strong. You want it to blend in a little bit. But in some places you do want it to be a little stronger. Okay, maybe a little stronger over here. You can see how the brightness goes up. Whoops, I don't want it on her pants. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect, you get the idea. It's really fun to do. It's like meditation, essentially. Okay, so that's cool. Maybe we get one more graffiti. Let's see. Actually, forget the graffiti. Let's get some dots. I really like dots. So we're just gonna write in dots and enter. I like this image up top. I'm gonna drag it into my document. Pinch the screen, hit the moving tool at the top, and can place it any way I want to. I think that's pretty good. Maybe stretch it a little bit. Okay, I like that. So now I'm just going to take a snapshot, add, and I can just touch my image. It's still on, select move tool and hit delete. I don't really need this image. If you look in your layers, you're now with just that one layer. Okay, so now I want to display those dots. So I'm gonna make sure I have the undo brush selected, make sure that my layer is selected as blue, and I'm gonna select the bottom one. And let's see, I don't want it to be too strong, so I'm gonna put accumulation a little lower, and let's see what it looks like. Okay, a little higher, a little lower. Okay, and this basically just is going to add these dots in here. And I can redraw everything. I can still go back to the lines. And you can just, whatever, I'll add a different graffiti later. Okay, and so you can just kind of blend it in. Okay, so we have some cool dots in this. I think the right-hand side's a little bit off. So one more thing you can do with this is under a layer, we can go hit the plus, and then we can choose a fill layer. So currently it's white because I had white selected, but let's do gray. So we're gonna choose gray and maybe just like a little opacity. Ooh, we don't want it. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna change the opacity. I want you guys to see what this actually does. So maybe let's put the opacity to maybe 88. That should be good enough. So you hit the little clock, whoops, and plus sign. Okay, and we might as well just select the bottom. So that's just basically the gray screen with stuff kind of showing through a little bit. And yeah, so let me show you on the layer. We have the fill layer, and you can just delete the fill layer. You swipe to the left, hit delete. We don't actually need that layer. And now, so one more time, undo brush is selected, layer is selected, and we have selected the bottom one. We can just, let's see, I can just kind of draw my own graffiti. So I'm gonna go at the bottom, and I'm just gonna draw like an M. Oh, it's hard to see. Oh, I think the opacity was too low. So let me try again. So I'm gonna add a layer, fill layer, and this time, let's make it slightly darker. I think that's good. That's a little too red. I think that's good. Okay, we're gonna go take a snapshot, delete it, whoops. And one more time, I'm gonna select the bottom, My undo brush is selected and my layer is selected. And now I'm going to try to draw an M. Okay, let's put accumulation up. So let's see, let's put accumulation all the way up. See, I'm going to undo that. So you can kind of draw with that. Maybe that was not the best color. Let's see, I'm going to write A, B, C. Don't really like that, so I'm going to delete that. But you get the idea. So, I mean, you can just paint that with a paintbrush, but you can also just use the snapping thing to play with it. And let's see, we're going to get one more graffiti. Let's write graffiti. Like we want some writing because my graffiti didn't actually do much. Okay, here it says take it easy. All right, great. Let's take it easy. Okay, I'm going to drag it in. And I'm just going to hit the move tool and I'm going to position it anywhere I want on this. And I don't want it too overlapping because I want to see her. But I think this is a good place to kind of put it in. Okay, so this is where it's going to show up. I'm just going to take a snapshot, add, then I can just delete this take it easy because I don't need it. And my layer is selected, my undo brush is selected, and I'm going to select the bottom one. And just kind of like put the take it easy in here, and you can just play around with that. You can go as high as you want, as low as you want. You don't want it so strong. You want it to kind of blend it in a little bit. Yeah. I think it's a little too overpowering, but that's fine. I'm fine with it. Okay, and so that is the tutorial.